The tricky slave is a stock character. He is a clever, lower-class person who brings about the happy ending of a comedy for the lovers. He is more clever than the upper-class people about him, both the lovers and the characters who block the love, and typically also looking out for his own interests in the new comedy. The tricky slave, a dolosus servus, aimed to get his freedom by assisting his young master in love. Besides the actual slaves of classical theatre, he also appears as the scheming valet in Renaissance comedy, called the gracioso in Spanish. The zani of commedia dell'arte are often tricky slaves, as a Puss in Boots in Perrault's fairy tale, Jeeves in P.G. Wodehouse's work, and Figaro. In fairy tales, the same function is often fulfilled by fairy godmothers, talking animals, and like creatures. Northrop Frye identified him as a central portion of the myth of spring comedy and a type of Aaron character. A female version of the tricky slave would be Morgiana, a clever slave girl from Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves in the 1001 Nights. She is initially in Qasim's household, but on his death she joins his brother Ali Baba, and through her quick-wittedness she saves Ali's life many times and eventually kills his worst enemy, the leader of the 40 Thieves. As reward, Ali frees her and Morgiana marries Qasim's son. In contrast to these positive depictions, the tricky slave is portrayed as the antagonist in another Arabian Nights tale, The Three Apples, an early example of a murder mystery. After the murderer reveals himself near the middle of a story, he narrates the events leading up to the murder in a flashback. Within this flashback, a slave convinces him of his wife's infidelity, thus leading to her murder.